Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those reality shows that we're doing is The Real Housewives of Auckland. And okay, let's just go right ahead and go right into The Real Housewives of Auckland because it is crazy. Okay, so you know that they have been building up to this big book launches, right? Gilda's got her book launch, and Gilda's book is a graphic novel aimed for young teens to get them interested in cosmology and astronomy and astrophysics. And I know, right? Which is like way smarter than I was expecting. I think it's fantastic. Good for her. And then Angela has her book, which is all about being real. Which, okay, I have never heard the term navel gazing before, but now I use it all the time because that's totally what it is, a hippy dippy navel gazing type of book, right? Okay. I mean, I don't know how you can be not real, right? I mean, I'm not a cartoon. I'm a real person, flesh and blood. I don't know. That whole concept, I just don't understand that at all. I really don't. Okay, so first party that happened was Angela's party. Before we get into that, though, I do have to say, God bless intern Leah, because I don't know if I could handle a boss being as in my business as Angela is with Leah. She was giving Leah driving lessons today, and Leah's not the best driver. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. She's not the best. She totally almost got in an accident, right? But I'm sure she's probably thinking, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. This woman is right here. She's barking orders, and it flusters her. And I understand it. I probably wouldn't be the same, but I do understand it, right? And she didn't get in an accident, so... But then, Angela, God bless her. She is a wackadoodle, but I really don't think she's ever a malicious wackadoodle. So she's never like crazy specifically trying to take people down. She's just crazy. And, I don't think she meant to be insulting to Leah and patronizing of her, but she was. She really was. So, it is what it is. Okay. So they had that, and that was really the only time we saw intern Leah. Well, I know we saw her at at Angela's book launch because she unveiled the picture of her book. So, first of all, I don't know why everyone has got such a why everyone is coming for Louise. I don't understand it. She does not, I mean, like, if you compare her to other housewives in other cities, like if you compare her to Petty Fleur in Melbourne, or oh God, who else is just nuts? I mean, there's Ramona in New York, Danielle in New Jersey. There's always one that's Kim in Beverly Hills. There's always one that's a little bit off, right? And, Angela's a little bit off. That's all. I don't think she means to be. But anyways, so she's got this book launch party. So anyway, Louise and Anne are they go to the party. They go to the party and they're going to support Angela, right? Michelle and Gilda did not go, so they went. So, and Julia goes too. More on Julia in a second. And the party was kind of a flop. It was not that big of a deal. Like it wasn't a huge. It wasn't like this gorgeously laid out room or anything. And then Angela gets on this speech, and I mean, before she does, she has this dancer doing interpretive dance. I mean, like and then she has these men dressed up like Chippendales, which is in a various states of undress. And then they come to, so they're in various states of undress, and then they come to this other room, which is another big room that's laid out exactly the same, that has no special uniqueness about it at all. So they're like, what is this party? What is going on? Like, what, why? I mean, okay, so then she gives this speech, and it's a real hippy dippy speech, and I mean, she did look great on the cover of the book, though. I got to give her props. She does take a good picture. She looked pretty fucking good. But it was just a kind of a flop of a party, right? Because especially now, here's the thing: if she'd just been like, if she had not ever mentioned that she wanted her party to be better than Gilda's, then that would be fine. That would work out just fine, right? But she did. She constantly was talking about how my party's going to be better than Gilda's. I'm not going to let Gilda upstage me, and and Louise totally hit the nail on the head. She was like, look, here's the deal. Gilda under promises and over delivers, and Angela's the reverse. She over promises and under delivers. So I totally get it. She's totally right. She's absolutely right. And maybe Angela, she's still pretty young, and maybe she just hasn't learned that lesson in life yet, that you need to under promise and over deliver. I don't know, but so it was kind of a flop. And Louise and Anne were talking amongst themselves, saying that it was a flop of a party. They did not say anything bad about Angela and her book, but they just, and they're there to support, but they said this is not that great. And even Julia, when she first showed up, she was like, a book launch isn't normally at the top of my social calendar. Well, okay, I'm sorry. But she overhears them, and then she goes right to Angela, and she's like, Angela, they're talking, Louise is not your friend. And for some reason, Julia is gunning for Louise, and I don't understand that, because it's not making Julia seem very likable. It really isn't. So the next time they see each other is at Gilda's party. Huge difference. Now, Gilda's a little micromanagey, but fantastic result. The room is gorgeous. Everything about it is laid out. It's fantastic. There's flowers, there's decorations, it looks incredible. It really does. And all the girls show up, and they're like, oh my gosh. Now they get Gilda up to do a speech. She's not a good public speaker. I will say, I love me some Gilda, but she's not a good public speaker. And she'll probably admit it too, because she was stumbling over her words. Now, listen, in terms of public speaking, I'm probably not the best either, but I never stumble over my words. She was totally giving me Cindy Brady on the quiz show. Do you ever watch that episode of the Brady Bunch where they're on this quiz show, and the minute the red light of the camera goes on, Cindy's like, and then she can't say anything? That's kind of how Gilda was a little bit. So she was kind of, not that eloquent. And then Angela comes bursting through, because she hadn't showed up yet. Then she comes bursting through when and I honestly don't think Gilda cared that much, because the speech wasn't going that great anyway. So I really don't think she cared. But the girls were hella offended that Angela decided to burst in the middle of the speech. And Michelle decided to tell Angela. She's like, that's so rude. How dare you? And wait, into the middle of her fucking speech. And then you come through, and she's like, I did wait till the end. She's like, no, you didn't. She was still talking. Oh my God. And then Michelle, now see, this is where Michelle kind of took it a little bit to the next level. She's like, I heard your party was shit. Now listen, that might be true. It might have been shit, and she definitely heard that it was shit, but I don't know if I would have said that, especially at that moment. But when you get heated, things come out, whatever. So they actually didn't get into it, but Angela went into it with Louise, and Louise is a smart cookie, because she just shut it down right there. She's like, I think the person who is the least loyal of any of these friends is Julia. Why would you go and tell her a private conversation between me and Anne? She's like, I didn't say anything. It was her girlfriend that told her. She just talked to me about it. bullshit. You would think that with that racial comment that came out of Julie's mouth, she would be a lot more minding her P's and Q's about how she comes across in public and on camera. It goes from bad to worse. It really does. And Angela was not helping matters at all because she's crazy too. So now both the loony birds are together and they're the ones that are, against everyone else. So, but I love that Louise and Anne are both like, okay, whatever. They're like, we're moving on to the next thing. Anne burst out crying and she told Gilda, she's like, I'm so sorry. I just want you to know I totally misjudged you. And I feel really bad because I really like you a lot. And Gilda was just so sweet. She was like, I mean, I'm not a priest. You don't have to confess to me, but I'll take it, if you want to. Thank you, And that was a really sweet, touching moment. So, I don't know. Maybe next week's the finale. So, next week they're having some other big party. I think it might be Michelle's anniversary party or something. I don't know. Some party. Don't get me started on... Why do they all have to be at parties? Everyone always got to be at some fucking party. Okay. Anyways, we'll see what happens next week. Thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag RHOAKL to talk to Real Housewives of Auckland or Real Housewife shit. Then I'll know you're talking to me. Or you can also hashtag Bold and Beautiful because I'm talking about the Bold and Beautiful tomorrow from Seattle. Okay, thank you so much for logging on. Oh, and hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your inbox every day. All right, have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.